how do you reflect on the performance and result?
We knew that it was a tough game. First half, we struggled to find solution. We struggled to find the space because they were defending very good, well organized. I think second half we were much better. But yeah, it's a shame because we conceded just in 93, 94 minutes, and we could manage a little bit better that moment.
The first goal was a long ball over the top as well. Do you feel that was quite avoidable?
Against this kind of team, you have to be able to avoid transition and to avoid the set pieces. They score from transition and from set pieces. It's something that, as I said, I think we deal quite well during the game, but then at the end we concede that goal and it's a shame.
You made significant changes at half-time. What was it you feel you needed to do differently in the second half?
No, West Fofana, we planned 45 minutes for him because he was out for a long time. Then Ato and Buonanotte, something similar. Ato is coming from different country, different league, he needs to adapt. And Buonanotte in the last period has not been great for him because, knowing that he has to go somewhere. But overall, they were okay.
It made a difference, though. Were you pleased with the way that your team grew into the game and started to create more after that?
Yeah, I think second half we were much better. I think we deserve to win the game second half, but it's a shame we lost 2 points.
Cole Palmer's introduction made a big difference. He got his goal, but there was also another big chance after that for him too.
Yeah, absolutely. Long time, almost 3 weeks out for him. We know how good he is. We know that he is going to help us, and was very good when he was inside.
Once you went ahead, do you feel there is anything differently you could have done to protect that lead?
Manage better the moment. I think we could keep a little bit better the ball, even if we score I think 86, 87, and with 6 minutes extra time, we need to manage better that moment.
It was a big crowd in the box for the long throw, which Brentford equalised from. Did you have any complaints about that equaliser? Was something you're unhappy with?
No. I think we deal quite well during the game with set pieces, unless probably the goal we concede.
Are some balls like that just almost impossible to defend against when there are that many numbers in there?
No, but especially when they have so many players that they can do that. Coyote can do that, Jensen can do that, Pinnock can do that, and then at the end the Schade. So they have so many players.
Before that, there were 1 or 2 important saves from Robert Sanchez as well. What did you think of his performance as a whole?
And from Keller too. So I think keeper, they are there to try to help the team to make save, and I think both keeper they did tonight.
It begins an important run of fixtures for you now. It's going to be really busy and testing for the squad. What shape are you in as a whole?
But it's for us, it's for everyone. Now we start to play every 3 days, so for everyone it's a busy moment.
Appreciate your time. Thanks, Enzo.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
He mentioned the goalkeepers there and said, look, that's what they're there to do, is to make the saves. But Sanchez has had quite a few critics, so good for him to have a good game in which there were a couple of important saves.
No, I'm pleased for him actually, because it's true sometimes he's made mistakes that have been very costly, but I think he's coming back. He's coming back strong, and today as well. Today a couple of saves, they were very good. Mm-hmm. So I'm pleased because goalkeeper is such an important player for the team. It gives security and confidence to all the defense, and consequently to the whole team. So glad that it is happening.
And particularly when you've gotten behind a defence that's had a lot of changes in it as well.
Yeah, no, exactly. I think, when you have a lot of new players in defence, obviously you have a goalkeeper that can save some mistakes is vital. But in every team, I mean, if I look back, all the best teams in history, they always had a great goalkeeper, and I know because it gives a lot to the team.
Yeah, and it was a really good performance from Sanchez, and he has had a lot of critics in the past, Jamie. But this wasn't a game where you could fault him really.
No, and I guess it must have given him a lot of confidence because there's been a lot of keepers, a lot of movement this summer. They've backed him, You know, that's the best. That's the most important thing. They could have signed somebody else. They could have maybe tried to go Donnarumma. They could have gone for lots of other keepers that were on the market. But they've said, you know what, we are going to trust him. I know he's worked closely with a goalkeeping coach there. He has got tremendous athleticism. He's got a lot of great attributes. It's just every now and again it just feels like a little bit of a concentration issue. But if he can get that right, you can see the saves he makes. He's a brilliant athlete and he makes great saves.
So 2-2, it finished at the
game. So I think we've got a rewards in the end with a point. But, you know, Chelsea are a top team, some world-class players. It was always going to be difficult, but I felt as though we made the game difficult. We had some decent chances, and in the end, I feel as though that we deserved the point.
Yeah, the changes that they made at half-time looked like it made the game a lot more difficult for Brentford in the second half. But the game plan was there right from the beginning, and it was effective.
Yeah, I thought we were effective. Again, you're gonna be put under pressure a lot with Chelsea. That they've got world-class players, like you said, in half time they make 3 or 4 subs, like Cole Palmer and Reece James coming on, and players like that can change the game. And to be fair, they did inject some life into the game for them and made it even more difficult. And Cole's goal was brilliant. So that's the quality they have, but we try to limit that as much as possible. We try to make it difficult and try to take our chances when we had them. And I thought overall, like I say, we deserved the point.
Jordan, Jamie Redknapp, I'm going to say it, mate.
Jamie.
I thought you were magnificent today. I thought in midfield, you completely run the game from start to finish. Your energy, desire, your know-how, and one of the passes of the season. It must feel so good for you to be back in the Premier League.
Thanks, Jamie. I appreciate it. No, it is nice to be back playing at the highest level. You know, in the Premier League, it's the best league in the world. So to be back playing means a lot. And I just want to be grateful of the opportunity, really, to come back and try to show people that I can still play at the highest level. And tonight, and obviously when I've been with the national team as well. So. Yeah, I feel fit, I feel good, and I just want to keep trying to enjoy my football and try to show people that I can still help the team going forward.
Jordan, hopefully you've got a screen there. I want to talk to you about the goal. Gianfranco and I were waxing lyrical about your pass at half-time. It felt to me you saw it early. You had a couple of scans and you knew that this pass was on.
Yeah, I checked my shoulder just before, just to see where Kevin was. And I know that if I can get the ball into him to create a 1v1 situation for him, then he can be deadly in that situation like he was. So it's a fantastic run. When he knew when I picked it up, he was off. And then, when he gets in that position, he's so good to go inside on his right foot and finish. So it was a fantastic goal from him.
Jordan, there was a proper number 10 pass. Congratulations for that. No, I was wondering when did you decide to make the pass? On the first look or on the second look? Because you had the first look, then look at the ball.
Yeah, I was just checking on the first time in case I got it, just to see where Kevin was, because I knew as soon as if Matty did it, I didn't think Matty was going to give us it. I didn't think he'd seen us. But when I did get it, I checked again, and then I could see him go, and then I knew I could play it straight away because the high line, and like I say, if I could get him in a 1v1 situation, then I know how deadly Kevin can be, and it was a fantastic finish from him, and I thought he was brilliant all game.
Yeah, I thought that there was a fantastic connection between him and the striker, because as soon as he saw that you received the ball, he went on the move. So that is a kind of very, very good understanding.
Yeah, definitely. I think he's a player that likes to run in behind, and if you get him in the right situations, he's proven last season as well that he can score goals, and that's important for us, especially when you're playing a team against Chelsea. You might be low block for a lot of the game, and you have to defend and limit their chances. But when you get the chance to go forward, someone like Kevin gives you that pace going forward and can really stretch teams like he did there. And I thought him and Thiago worked really well together tonight.
Jordan, just another question just about Brentford. When you obviously first met the manager, the owners of the club, how difficult a decision was it for you? Or was it an easy one?
I think it was a pretty easy decision once I'd met the manager and the owners, the directors and things like that. I just thought, how well the club's been run over the last few years, the opportunity to come back to the Premier League, but overall just how there was people, really just good people, genuine people that felt as though I could come in and help the team. In a summer of change, really, there's been a lot of change and it's been quite difficult. So I thought it was a good opportunity for for me, and they've helped me a lot since I've been here. So I'm just trying to be grateful for the opportunity that they've given us and try to repay them with some good performances to try and help the team, really.
And also, it's a club that sort of prides itself on its technical football and an intelligent type of football and attention to detail. Is that something that you feel that you fit into, that suits you?
Yeah, I think, like I said, there's been a lot of change over the summer, so I still feel as though we're creating, the manager keeps saying, we're creating the foundations for us as a team and finding our own identity again because of how much change there has been. But there's been some good games where I feel as though we have shown that and shown the character within the team, and how hard the lads work for each other, I think, is a big bonus. And you get your rewards in football when you work as hard as they did tonight, like you see in the last few minutes to get the equaliser. They kept going, and I think that's a big part in football. Yes, we can improve. Yes, we can be better, especially with the ball, and getting it and creating more chances going forward. But yeah, you can't have everything. You need to keep working on the training field. You need to keep improving on the things that we can be better at, but keeping the fundamentals and keeping the foundations to be hard to beat, and try to make it difficult for every team we play every week.
Well, Jordan, I know you said your energy levels are still high despite being away on international duty this week, but we're not going to keep you any longer. We're going to let you go and recover. So thanks very much for joining us.
Thank you very much. Thanks.
Jordan.
Take care.
Thank you.
Thank you. Cheers. Bye.
Thanks, Jordan. Jamie, you were really impressed with his performance and the way that you felt that he ran the game from midfield and controlled it. Particularly, and he alluded to it there, and we'll talk to Keith Andrews about it later on, in a summer where they have lost really big players. How important is he on the pitch, off the pitch, and in terms of how he communicates as well?
For everybody at that club, to be around Jordan Henderson and just to learn and extract anything you can from him. If I was at that club, I'd be watching everything that he does, how he trains, what he eats, all the important things that make him the footballer. Everyone talks about when Franco came to Chelsea, that he changed everybody's diet. Everyone just wanted to play football like him. And I think it's the same for every academy kid or every under 21 B team player. He has done it all. He's won everything in the game. And I think he's such a great leader. You can see now the value that he possesses, because even Thomas Tuchel still picking him for England. When everybody said, why are you still picking Jordan Henderson? Anybody that doubts it, if you haven't watched that game tonight and realised what he brings to a football team, you know, you're obviously missing the point, because I thought he was absolutely magnificent today. And he's a leader, and they're so hard to find now, Kelly. Leaders that just do the right thing. When you can't buy experience, but normally with experience, people lose their legs, maybe have the ability to run anymore. But where he's very fortunate, he can still compete, he can still run. I bet his stats have probably ran 12K tonight, whatever it is. One of the highest athletes on the pitch would have probably run 12, 13K. I bet his numbers are up there like that. And obviously the goal, Franco, was just, as you said, a fantastic piece of play all round. I just want to talk about a couple of things before I pass it on to you, because I think this is a brilliant piece of defending as well by Coyote, number 33. Look at that, how he defends the back post. Then they win the next contact. Then Thiago does ever so well. And then once Matthias Jensen passes that ball back into him, and I want to now give it to you, Shep, because I thought you asked a great question there, Franco, because you talk about nowadays just scanning. Just keep your eye up. Can you see my hand? Yeah. Look at Jordan Henderson. He has two looks, doesn't he?
He has the first look here. That's why I asked him if he had already decided. But I believe that he gave me the answer. He knows that Shade is very good in the run. He loves running behind the defense. So he knew already that he was connecting with him.
Yeah.
And as soon as Jordan received the ball, he's on the move. Yeah. You can see.
So this is him here. He
knows you can see. There is a connection.
Yeah, and he knows that there's a lot of grass there. The fullback's not coming in. Tosin's got a problem, because he's probably thinking, you can see in his body shape, he wants to run this way. So maybe that space is going to go in behind him. And then he's got a lot of grass, because he's a brilliant athlete as well, isn't he, Franco?
But it's now I'm going back in my time, no? And when I play with Jimmy Floyd, Jimmy Floyd used to like and run behind the defenders, okay? So every time I got the ball, he was already in the move, because I knew I was going to have a look to him and try to set a ball for him. Yeah. And it was the same I saw here. There was a connection between him and Jordan, because he knows Jordan can deliver a good ball and he can run. So
let me
very
ask you
good.
this. You said, so if another player maybe had been on the ball, no disrespect, that didn't have your football IQ, would Jimmy Floyd maybe not have made that run?
I don't know.
Yes, you do.
It's a very good-
I mean, it's not funny. You're too humble, Franco.
No, I think Jimmy was very good. I mean,
But
they always-
his eyes lit up when you had the ball. Would you say that? He knew that you could
Yeah, he
supply it.
knew that I could
Yeah.
provide that pass.
Yeah.
But again, it's for me. I always said that it's not who gives the pass, but who detects the pass that makes the difference. Because when you have somebody that, like Shade, makes that kind of run, then it's easy for you to deliver a good ball.
Because both of us, when we saw the pass, we were both like off our feet going, that's what you want to come to football and see. Because it was he saw it, he delivered it. You know, can you execute? It's not always easy, but it also helps when you look at the number 7 that's running away and you see that pace that he's got. Because you was impressive in tonight, Shada, wasn't you?
No, it was very good. I think that the guy, like you said before, he has a lot of potentials. He hasn't reached his full potential yet. He needs to improve a couple of things, but you can see that he can do very good things.
A player we spoke about as well, Franco, one of the best, I think. You know, reminds me at times of you was the introduction of this guy, Cole Palmer. He was involved, and we talk so much now about scanning. And I want to ask, because his head is pretty much on a swivel here, Franco. Just keep your eye on him. How many times he just turns his head just to see where the ball is, or who's going to close him down at 2, 3, 4, like. He's always looking at the picture. 5. That's something you have to be aware of, Franco.
No, absolutely. Especially a player like him that is always very marked. You know, he's always got one player or 2 players that are looking after him. The ability to look before you receive the ball and to know before you receive the ball what to do with it makes a big difference.
And how hard's that finish?
He always maximizes everything he does. Either is a finish or a pass. He's always, well thought at the proper one to do. So he's growing up so fast. I'm very impressed with him.
So they make those changes at half-time. They go level through Cole Palmer, and they almost went in front through Cole Palmer. And this one was a little less characteristic of him.
Well, I don't know. I think
it's great goalkeeping. It's a little bit of both, isn't it? Brilliant goalkeeping.
Great goalkeeping because he anticipated. He knew the ball was going there and he moved before, so he was very good. Look at him. Look. The goalkeeper has been brilliant.
Yeah. Because I mean, I think he's been a great signing for Brentford. Koivu has got one of the. He's just such a calm goalkeeper. He's very much like Alisson. He's obviously learned from one of the best, but he's very good at just anticipating and reading it. Do you think maybe he just tries to open his left foot up there, doesn't he? Just perhaps doesn't guide it into the corner enough?
Well, I think looking from behind, I think Cole did exactly what he had to do. He delivered a ball and he was also a very good shot. The only thing is that the goalkeeper anticipated that and he closed completely the goal.
Yeah, and when we talk about the players who've gone out, obviously Kevin Kelleher's come in as in goal and has made, given them a sort of sense of reassurance as well.
Yeah.
Moises Caicedo with the goal that put Chelsea in front in this game, and this was some strike.
Great strike, Franco, and obviously Garnacho. We mentioned the fault for the goal, but this is what we want to see from him.
I think the number gave him a little bit of extra quality in the finishing.
Yeah.
No, it's been
this is your number, Franco. Yeah, it's one of your strikes.
I think Caicedo has grown up a lot. We know how important he is defending, but in the last year and a half, also he's got better also finishing.
Yeah.
It's not the first important goal that he scores.
It's a pure strike.
Pure strike.
And Kevin Schade, just take wait, because it's one that he doesn't quite anticipate that the ball's going to come out there, and what he does, he almost like just waits and just sit. Then he goes again, and if he had probably just run, he might have just been able to get the block on it, but he just gives Caicedo enough time to sort of reset himself and then hit that strike. And you can see the keeper sees it so late. It goes through Collins, Aya. There's that sort of corridor that you can't quite get across if you're the goalkeeper. And then and you can see how despondent Brentford were. Well, I honestly thought that's the end of that, and I thought that's so harsh on them because they'd played so hard, they'd worked for every single second, and that was one of those. It was just a punch on the nose they didn't deserve. But
even Rob Green in commentary said you could see from his his footwork, it was those little tiny steps towards the corner, and he did everything he could, except it was just a great strike, and just reward for Chelsea because they looked like a different side in the second half.
Yeah, in the second half, before they got the goal, we were just talking and we saw how they were getting more balls, they were controlling more balls, but also they were creating chances. So they were really putting a lot of pressure. They play very well, in my opinion, in the second half. But, fair enough to say that Brentford, despite all the doubts that we had at the beginning because of the change of manager, a lot of players left, but they show resilience and organization. I mean, they did everything they had to do to stay in the game, and they got what they deserved.
I must admit, I didn't like the team he picked first half. The manager for Chelsea. I felt that the two fullbacks, one making his, I think, was his full Premier League debut, and from Leicester, what's his name?
Had to.
No, Hatu and the other one. No, from the right back. Sorry, Fofana. Sorry, my mind. It's getting late.
Do you know, you've done that all day. You keep getting
I should know.
It's a mental block.
No, but Fofana is predominantly a centre back. He played 3 or 4 games there at right back. Like he doesn't. I think for him, being out injured as long as he has, to go and ask a player to go and play right back, and especially at a place like Brentford where it's fast, it's furious. He got booked early, Haito, and he found it really difficult. And Fofana at right back, and we all go, oh great, he's changed it. He's changed the game. Well, he got it wrong in the first half. He shouldn't have made that mistake. And I think you give yourself a problem there because I felt that he didn't pick the right team.
I wonder if some of the choices they are detected by all the games that they need to play because next week they are playing Bayern and there will be a tough
international
match.
As well.
He said that as a few players coming back from international duty.
I think you can get away with one. I just think when you change both full-backs like that and you don't play one, especially for Fofana that's not predominantly a right-back, I think you just took a risk and it didn't work first half. But second half, when you're bringing on the players that you can change it.
And they did turn it around to 2-1, but ended up drawing 2.
How delighted will Brentford be with that?
Oh, they will be delighted because second half they were pushed back so much. Chelsea were the far better team, and with Palmer on and Reece James, I think the substitutions worked really well and shows our strength. The strength of Chelsea's squad. They changed the game tactically and personnel, but they were hanging on in there, and they did hang on in there at times. They might have had the third goal, which would have killed the game off, but they kept going, showed a lot of character, as they do, and they're going to have to, as we said. And that long throw is a weapon, and they used it very well, right at the very death of the game. They'll be delighted in that dressing room, but they know that they're going to have to play like that every week and show that spirit, show that character to actually have a decent season like they're expecting. The fans expect more at Brentford. That's the little bit of pressure that Keith has got, has taken over as manager there.
And that's because they've done so well since being promoted. As we said earlier, they haven't ever dropped into the bottom 3 in 5 seasons. That's an incredible stat.
Well, this is why Thomas Frank's at Tottenham now. It's an amazing job that he did there and that. But they deserve a lot of credit. You just got to stay in the game. You've got to stay in the game, pick your moments, and then also when you get the chances, you've got to have the quality to execute the chances and that. But these long throws, it just causes chaos.
I think also the key to that performance there in many ways was Kelleher's save. When Palmer comes on to make it, you're thinking that's going to be the goal that kills the game off. He's pulled off an unbelievable save and kept them in the game.
Yeah, important, isn't it?
That's the level now, though.
Yeah,
there's no excuse for these players. That's the level. If you go toe-to-toe with a top Chelsea team, going forward, the manager would demand that sort of performance.
Now, you must have scored a number of late goals in your time. What is that feeling like? I can imagine there's no better.
No, you can't describe it, especially if it's a winner.
Yeah.
When it's the winner and that, you can't describe it. It's the best feeling ever. That's something special in it when you score the last minute and that. But for Brentford and Carvalho that scored the equaliser, he'd be buzzing. But you can see even at the manager, he'd be delighted.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it wasn't a win for Brentford in the end, but it almost felt like it because it was such an important point earned. Well, let's have a look at Cole Palmer's goal, shall we? He had an impact, didn't he, as he came on?
He had a massive impact. That's what you want from a substitute. You go out there and change the game, and he did it. and change the game, and he did it. He plays the ball out.
He's one of the best finishers in the league for me.
Well, I am actually delighted that we can go straight to the GTEC Community Stadium and speak to